Hey guys, Principles of Hunting here. It's been a few weeks and I am getting ready to head out and do some late, I guess you could say, late food plot prep. My plan was to do some frost seeding this year and get a little bit of a head start on some clover. And I talked a little bit in my last video about what I was wanting to do with the plots. I'm not going to put a lot of work into them at the early part of the season. I am going to put some clover in today. About $10 worth of red and white clover just to get something going for the spring, keep the deer in the area. But my goal is actually this summer to completely till and redo the plots to actually make them a little bit better growth, a little bit better draw. So stay tuned today. I'm going to do a couple of time lapses and things like that to show you what we're doing out here today and see what kind of growth we have growing in these food plots. Stay tuned. All right, guys, you can hear behind me, Colton is joining in on the work today, helping clear out some leaves off of the plot. Hopefully here in about an hour, we'll spread our seed on this one with some clover, red and white. And then we'll move on to our next plot, which is up on the logging road. And I'll share this video kind of in time lapse and clip. Right now, I'm just gonna make a quick walk down through where I want to spread out my food plot. I'm going down a logging road, as you can see here, and see if there's any continued sign on this trail. I've already seen a couple of rubs that are still fairly fresh. My scrapes are kind of obviously slowed down right now. There are still some prints in the plot. There's still some work on the mineral stump that I had going. And basically what I'm looking for right now is to see if I can come across any sheds out here along the food plot. So what I'm hoping to do today is literally just get some of that winter rye uncovered and growing again. Get some clover spread out and going for the deer this spring. I don't expect that clover to last real strong into June and July. It never does. Even if I have a really good stand growing, they mow it down and it gets dry and it goes dormant. So my goal is to just give them something to work through this spring and maybe even see some turkeys in April. Do a little hunting over the clover for turkey season. Then the other thing I'm going to be doing is just trying to get in here and do some clearing probably in the next month or so before it gets too green to open up this section that I'm walking into right now. When I walk into this section, it's not a very big one. I'm going to open it up and probably add a little bit more to the food plot I just came out of for hunting this fall. I don't plan on putting a lot of money and a lot of fertilizer and things into these plots. My goal would be to come in here, as you can see around behind me, this is not a very big spot. I'm standing almost in the middle of it. So you're talking about another 30 by 30 section. that I could turn into a food plot. And the road keeps going up the hill and everything like that, but I'm not going to go and do a lot of clearing. I'm going to hit a few trees probably in the next couple weeks. Use a brush weed eater to get all the briars and stuff down to the ground, and either do a tilling this fall and get everything tilled under and do a good planting with some perennial clovers and probably a brassica winter rye mix for this winter. If I can get it to stand the browsing, I might actually have a good place to hunt over these two places this fall. So stay tuned. I'm gonna go check on my son, see how he's doing. And as I'm going back down through here, I'm gonna see if I can't find some sheds along the food plot. So stay with us, guys. Hey guys, it's Principles of Hunting here, and I just got done working on clearing all the leaves off of our food plots. My kids are with me today. We've been working out in the nice spring weather that we've been having, mid-60s here in March. So just as you guys can see behind me and around the camera and off to the right, I've cleared all the leaf off. We've already got some growth coming in from the winter rye and last year's clover, and just wanted to give you guys a quick view of what I've done, the videos you guys have just seen of the time lapses and the things that I've been doing here, and just to give you a quick rundown of what it is that I'm wanting to do over this summer as well into next year. As you can see behind me, I'm using these logging roads. This year is year 3 for this food plot. It's been clover pretty much the entire time. And this year I had at least 4 encounters of bucks. I just couldn't get them into where I wanted them to be for a shot. They either stayed in the woods or they took different trails from where I was set up. And so there was a lot of action in here this year, and I'm really excited about that because they seem to be coming to this regularly. Did not spook many deer off of this plot at all this year. In fact, I can't even think of one time where I actually was winded while on this plot. And so that was a good thing as well, even though I was not successful in my hunts. As I said, the plan that I have for this plot and my other one that I started last year is to do this. I've frost seeded some red and white clover in here. I added some to try to build up what was already here. And then my plan is this summer, as we get a little closer to fall planting season, is to come in here and either disc or till this area really well. I've not really brought in any equipment to do that yet on this plot. We did a little bit a couple years ago right in this main area, but as you can tell behind me, there's no way to get an 8 or a 10-foot disc down these thin little logging trails. And so there really has not been a lot of earth turning in these food plots. And the other one that I started last year, my horseshoe plot, has absolutely had no dirt turned over in that plot. It has simply been mow the weeds down, kill off the grass, spread the seed, and see if it came up. And I did get some growth last year, and I've already got some growth coming in over there as well. You'll see that in this video. But what my plan is to come in this fall and till this ground up really good, either with my tiller or a small disc and tractor, and get this ground turned over one time really well. and then establish a multi-species fall blend for my hunting season this year, and then a perennial blend of clovers, and probably broadcasting in some winter rye or winter wheat each year to give the deer something to keep coming back to. Nothing big. As I've said, these are poor man plots for myself, and hopefully for you guys watching, getting some ideas for your poor man plots. This is simply a place for me to come and hunt. So stay tuned this summer. I'm going to try to do a few videos for you as I continue expanding the horseshoe plot, as I try to do a little bit of work on delimbing and moving some trees back out of this plot to give me a little bit better tonnage and growth in these plots. And then also as I get into this summer and this fall when I'm doing the work and the tilling. So stay tuned to the channel, guys. Give me some feedback on what you'd like to see or what you're needing to see from a poor man plot perspective, and I'll see what I can do to get it out for you. I hopefully have some more product reviews coming for you guys as we get a little closer to turkey season. So hit subscribe down below, hit like and follow along, and we'll see you guys this summer. Get out and enjoy the weather.